Coming off of Monday, obviously we're just a walk through today, keeping bodies fresh. Good mental day for the guys though, but finish that up, and we got some more stuff going on this afternoon. But other than that, good start to the week.
Can you say what led you to put Isaiah Rodgers on IR?
It came from the training staff and what happened with him the other night. So just thought it was best for him to put him on IR.
Is it expected to be long term, knee-wise, or?
No, but I mean longer than the season. So thought it'd be a good idea to put him down.
Jeff, when you sit down after the season with Jim, assuming your stance hasn't changed, so when you got the job, you didn't interview, really, like most coaches do. You will be interviewing in the future. What were the things you hang your hat on about?
Let me just say, my mind's not even there, bro. I got the Giants. I got a lot ahead of me, so I'm not even getting into the interview world at all. So we'll keep that when it is the end of the season. I'll be glad to answer, but I'm not even thinking that way right now.
Jeff, in your playing career, you had some quality kickers.
Yeah.
Vandy until he wasn't, and then Vinatieri, and even in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Was it Crosby?
Yes, Mason. Huh?
What have you seen with McLaughlin?
Mental toughness, right? I mean, the guy, anytime he's asked to do anything, he steps out there and does his absolute best. I mean, obviously kicking the 50-plus yarders. He's been asked to do a lot, been very consistent. So I've been really happy with his performance and just mental toughness. Listen, that's a thankless job the majority of times, right? Everybody's expecting, it's expected. There's not a, hey, this is iffy. It's expected to go through every time he kicks it. So I think he's done a good job, and also on kickoffs, I think he's done a really good job. So he's doing double duty there. So I thought he's done a really good job this year.
You mentioned like the pressure. It's even more so when the offense has struggled the way it has. I mean, when he goes out there, sometimes that's your scoring, which is more pressure.
No, absolutely, yeah. When drives have stalled the way they have, he's been the guy that's been asked to pick us up. And again, no blink, no issue. He walks out there and busts the thing through. So again, he's more than carried his own this season. Been really happy with how he's played.
Coach, what do you want from the last 2 games of this season?
Wins would be great. That's the first goal. But complete performances. I think our defense, again, they're making strides. I mean, they're pushing and hitting goals on sacks and the things that they're doing. They're increasing in turnovers the last 2 weeks. So really excited about what they've done on that side. And so from that perspective, playing a complete game, offense, defense, and special teams, everybody pulling their own weight, and being able to take steps forward that way to build on it.
You have an update on Kylan and I'm blanking on the other one right now.
I do not. Kylan, he's still trending. Again, hoping to get him back, but right now we don't have any other information on him. The same. We're waiting to see on both those guys, and hopeful, but again, have really no idea from that perspective.
When you're playing a guy like when you're an offensive lineman, you're playing a guy like DeForest Buckner, and you double him, you single him, he wins either way. What is the cumulative effect of that on the offense, do you think?
Oh, I mean, listen, it's fatigue. It's mentally fatiguing. That every play is a play that whether it's in the run game or the pass game, his transition from both is pretty special. And so anytime a guy from a defensive line perspective can play into you and then transition quickly to pass and change, or you're trying to show pass and he transitions into run and kind of stuffing you back into the hole, he does all of that. I think that's been probably his strength. And then also on third and shorts, both he and Grove. I mean, that tandem and what they've been able to do, that is special. And I don't think people understand how hard that is at that position, because you're trying to read a number of different things, right? It's offense should have the advantage, and still they'll play that anchor, and then at the transition and go put pressure, they'll do that as well. And if they got to absorb bodies to let the linebackers free, Buck's done a great job doing all of that.
How much are your other pass rushers, edge rushers in particular, benefiting from the interior rush because the quarterback can't step up, right? There's nowhere for him to go. How much are they?
Yeah, you always think about squeezing the air out of it, right? When from any perspective, offensive line wise, you're trying to keep as much air between the quarterback and defensive lineman. So if guys are putting pressure internally, that makes it a much tighter and shorter corner for those edge guys. And again, double teams. If they feel like they can't anchor down, now they're putting 2-on-1 on the inside, and again being able to single block you or having to bring a back or a tight end to stay in. So now you help help the defensive back. So, anytime you get a guy who is dominating on the inside, it changes the game all the way around.
Did you have any preconceived notions of what Buck was? I mean, it's not your area, but and then what have you seen that maybe surprised you?
No, I have not. I didn't have any preconceived, but what surprised me is his explosiveness inside. You know, his ability to turn his shoulders and get thin. We talk about that trying to kind of get a bullseye on a guy when he can jump and swim, when he can power and rip, and he gets himself body, and he still has that good body control to be able to come out of that and make tackles. I think that type of stuff, and then his hat placement and pad level is excellent. Like if a guy's going away from him, he'll travel, and I know I'm getting way into the weeds of this, but he can follow down and then separate, and all of those things, again, from an offensive line perspective, makes it very difficult to cut off, to block down, all of those different things.
When you were down 2 coaches, 3, did you try to did you bring anybody in for interviews, making phone calls, offensive coaches? Did you try to add to that, or is that kind of just a thing that this is how it is? That's it?
Yeah, kind of just as how it is, right? I mean, not many guys have the opportunity. Either they're already placed in jobs or to come in for a short time is difficult to do. So, as we look at from our staff, the guys who were here know the system, know kind of what's happened. We've just passed that on to those guys. So everybody's kind of, like I told you before, pulling double duty, but again, doing a good job trying to work on it and help each other out there.